I'll be running a test to see if no freeze or prevent freeze water hacks actually works in sub-zero temperatures, and how long it'll take before it freezes. I'll be keeping a control for this experiment, then we can actually see if there are any help in preventing your water from freezing. I'll also be giving the reason why people think these hacks will work. The temperature I'm doing this test in is around -3 to -4 degrees. Do you think it'll work? Guess below in the comments before continuing any further. I add 4 tablespoons of salt to a plastic 500ml bottle, and I filled the rest with some tap water and gave it a good shake. You want to make sure the salt is fully dissolved in the water and it's tightly sealed so that none of that super salty water will leak into your chicken bowl. The theory behind this hack is that the salt water freezes slower because of the salt molecules interferes with the ice crystal formation. The concentration of salt and the temperature outdoors determines how long it will take before your water will freeze. In the plastic bottle, the concentration of salt is about 12%, which means the salt water should begin to freeze when the water temperature reaches around -7 to 8. I'll put a graph on the screen so that'll make things a little bit more easier, and you can calculate how much salt you need for your temperature. Now keep in mind, each percent of salt you add will lower the freezing temperature of the water by 0.6 degrees Celsius. For the second test, I added ping pong balls into the water bowl, and as the wind blows, it'll cause the ping pong balls to float on the water and make ripples in the bowl, which should help stop ice from forming on the surface because there's movement. This should lengthen the time it takes for the water to freeze. Okay, and for the salt water, I'll be checking up on all the tests during the 1 hour mark, the 2 hour mark, and the 4 hour and 6 hours mark. Time is 10:01. Okay, it's been an hour and we got some results here. So, the control here has a thin layer of ice. The ping pong ball seems to be forming some crystals. And as for the salt water, seems to not have any ice yet. But let's check the temperature of each of them. Okay. And I'll just put it in 1.7 Celsius around. And let's check that in Fahrenheit. 35.2 Fahrenheit. It's 1.1 Celsius, and in Fahrenheit that's just about 34. Okay, and this is the control. -0.5. Check that in Fahrenheit. 31 degrees Fahrenheit. We're back in the chicken yard, and it's been 2 hours now. There's plenty of wind, and this side is getting kind of frozen. We got some surface ice going on there. This is the control. The ping pong ball. 2 have ice. Little tin, not too thick, but definitely some ice. And for the salt water. Salt water itself isn't frozen, but the bowl is getting ice now. All of these, I believe, are still okay because the animals could still break through the surface of the ice and get water if they really needed to. Oh well, I just come back outside and we definitely have ice. Here the tests go. Could the chicken still get through at this stage? It's currently been 4 hours since we started. I think a break through that. How about this one here? I think it's hurting a lot. That seemed like it's a fail there. Let's check the salt water, how it's doing. Pretty hard. Here. Over here on this side is a little softer. Okay, well the salt water is partially accessible, so I guess it's still in. I'm very curious to see the temperature of the water inside this bottle, because it hasn't even froze yet. Let me just break around here. Minus 1.2, and it hasn't even become frozen yet. It's currently 4:07, which means just about a few minutes ago we hit the 6-hour mark. Okay, I'm gonna check the water now. Let's see how it's going. Okay, this is the control water bowl here. There's definitely ice. Let's see if it's breakable with our hand. This one I would consider the chickens can't drink, which we know that already. So let's check its final temperature. It's minus 1.1. The ping pong, which surprisingly begins to freeze really quick. Okay, let's try if we can knock it off there. Maybe here. Ouch. It's the same too. Minus 1 Celsius. Salt water, breakable somewhere. Oh my. The ice was so hard it actually caused my finger to bleed a bit. Okay, that seems to the same. This is currently not drinkable at this point. So let's see the temperature of the water though. And that too is minus 1. So I'll be giving these chickens a fresh change of water, and we could also check how thick the ice is at this point. This is the control, so we're gonna knock it out. There you go. Now we could check there. So in 6 hours, the ice is almost about a 1/4 inch thick. Not bad, really. Second up is the bowl with the ping pong balls. Let's see how thick the ice is. Here, let me see. The ping pong ball ice is in between 1/4 and 3/8 of an inch. Hey, well, oh no. Okay, and now for the salt bottle. Let's see how thick it is. And the one with the salt water is about 3/8 of an inch thick. But it's very slushy kind of. It's really wet, not solid. If you try any of these hacks and you're trying to get the frozen water out, please take extra caution with the ping pong ball, because when I hit it on the ground, the ping pong ball ended up breaking. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. As for which hack you think worked the best, let us know in the comments below. I'll put a graph on the screen showing the results we got from this test. Well, that wraps it up for testing the waterer hacks. But don't leave yet, because I have a few tips I want to share with you on keeping chicken waterer in winter. A few days ago, I finished doing the testing part for this video, but it was getting late, so I couldn't really finish telling you my tips that I have. My fingers are bleeding a bit now, as you can see. Here, let me just get it for you. It's a lot better now. There's no blood. It was just a minor thing. Nothing too serious. It's just about totally fine now. But it does have a little soreness. I heard some people say that they put their water bowl on top of the compost pile, and the heat generated through composting will keep the bowl water from freezing using the hot composting method. The fast, good hot composting method that I recommend is the Berkeley method. By the way, We did not invent this method. It was invented by the Berkeley University. If you live in colder climates like I do, you might not be able to get to compost because the snow on the ground is be very thick during those winter months. And you can't really find that much. But if you live in southern places where it's warmer and you have the resources, feel free, go ahead. You can create great compost over the winter for your garden, and you could also keep your water bowl from freezing. Tip number 2, you could use heated dog bowls, and this will require electricity, so you just plug it into an outlet using an extension cord, and it'll heat the bowl with the water. This is great for like wet feed. If you're giving them wet feed during the winter months, it'll keep that also from freezing. You could find heated pet bowls at your pet store. Another thing that I've heard is that you could keep your water bowl under a covered coop and it'll keep the draft from blowing at the bowl and cooling it down faster. Structures to keep it sheltered from the outdoors environments could be like greenhouses if you have a mini greenhouse. You could also have a chicken tractor that you put your water bowl in and they could go to there and get their water. You could also put it under your covered coop, but all this is great. If you have any other idea, just feel free to leave it in the comments for all of us to learn. For me, I like using metal bowls because it's very easy to empty if it freezes. All I do is just throw it on the ground and the ice come out. Some people use rubber bowls, and I think that might be better if it's black because it'll absorb any heat during the winter time from the sun's energy. And rubber is a good insulator, so it'll keep the heat when you pour the water in. But it worked great, and you could get it cheap from a dollar store. And if you get any dents, you could just hit it with a hammer back into place, and it's an easy fix. Well, it's to not keep your water bowl inside your coop. Some people keep their water bowl inside of their heated coop. Even though it will prevent it from freezing, I don't recommend keeping your water bowl inside your coop unless you have a water stand, which we built, and it's super easy to do. All I really used was like 2 pieces of wood and just like screw it in. I will not keep the water bowl inside the coop unless it's a really cold day and have them inside the coop. I'll put it on the water stand, but I don't keep it in the coop during the night because this could lead to unwanted moisture in the coop, which could lead to frostbite on your chickens, combs, and wattle. I don't recommend heating your coop even if it's getting cold outside, and I give all the reasons why, plus what you should do instead in this video over here. And I'll see you next time. Continue to learn and grow. Goodbye!